Hey everyone, I'm back with another movie review, this time for Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. And this film was directed by Tommy Wirkola, who, as most horror fans know, directed the independent horror comedy Dead Snow, which involved Nazi zombies. And this film stars Jeremy Renner, Gemma Alterton, Famke Janssen, and Peter Stormare, among other people. And I watched this earlier today, and I wasn't really sure what to expect from it. I saw the trailers, and I thought the trailers were pretty decent. It kind of reminded me of Van Helsing meets Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And those two films I actually do not mind. I know a lot of hate goes to Van Helsing, and I don't get why so many people hate that film. It's not a terrible movie. It's not a great movie, but it's not terrible. And I also thought Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was pretty good as well. So honestly, I wasn't sure like what to expect from this. I knew that it could be either really good, really surprisingly good, or not surprisingly bad. Luckily for me, this one ended up being right down the middle. I thought this was an okay film. It's alright, it's not anything that no one has never seen before. It's pretty generic, pretty predictable, pretty by the numbers, but at least there's some sort of fun to it, some sort of entertainment value that I can't deny. So before we get into the actual review itself, let's talk about what Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which sounds like an asylum movie, um, is about. As you all know, Hansel and Gretel is based on a fairy tale of the same name. And in the fairy tale, which is explained within the film, the first 5 to 7 minutes of it, that Hansel and Gretel were two brother and sister. They were young children, and they were abandoned by their parents in the woods. And they're unsure why this happened to them. But anyway, they look for some help, and they find a house in the woods. And luckily for them, it's made of gingerbread and candy. And kids love sweets and sugar. But unfortunately, the house is inhabited by an evil witch who kidnaps them and pretty much keeps them because she wants to eat them alive. And we see in the movie that Gretel is being used as a slave. She's doing all the chores in the house. She's the one making the oven hotter. And Hansel is in a cage, and the witch is pretty much force feeding him sugar and sweets. So he's getting fat. And eventually, as he grows older, we learn that he has gained some sort of diabetes in which he has to take insulin shots or he'll die, which is a pretty clever or pretty stupid subplot. Um, as we know in the story, the Hansel and Gretel escape the clutches of the witch, and they throw the witch into the oven and they burn her and they kill her. What this film does, instead of ending it there, decides that, because these two kids were traumatized by this witch experience, they decided they want to become witch hunters, meaning they're going to go out, find any witch they can find, and kill her. And we joined the film many years later, now they're adults, played by Renner and Arton, and they arrive at this town because the mayor believes that the town is being interrupted and being ruined by some sort of witchcraft. Apparently, 9 children, 5 boys and 4 girls have gone missing, and the mayor has hired Hansel and Gretel to investigate what's going on. Unfortunately, there's a sheriff played by Peter Stormare who does not want them around. Apparently, I guess he's just jealous that Hansel and Gretel have become sort of celebrities. Um, Everybody knows who they are. There's articles about them killing witches. And I guess he's kind of jealous about this and kind of feels like it's his town he's running and that he didn't want these bounty hunters, as he calls them, to come in and kind of do his job. Anyway, we learned that um, what's going on is that there's a blood moon coming in 3 days. And the blood moon, I guess, is when the moon turns red, and it's pretty much the strongest point of power for witches. And these children are being used as sacrifices for the evil witches as this blood moon arrives. Apparently, during the ceremony, there needs to be 10 children, so the witches are missing another young girl. Also, they need the heart of a good witch in order to make this sacrifice fulfilled. And when it is fulfilled, the witches will become invulnerable to anything, meaning they can't get killed by fire, they can't get killed by decapitation, and they can't get killed by weapons that are blessed by good magic. And the lead witch, played by Famke Janssen, is pretty much orchestrating this whole thing. And apparently, she's done this at this specific time because she wanted Hansel and Gretel there to confront them. Apparently, this witch has history with both Hansel and Gretel stemming from their past, which they still don't know the answers to. And as we go throughout the film, we learn what really happened when they were abandoned as kids, the reasons why, and who they really are. There's twists and turns, and it's pretty predictable, but at least it's entertaining. And that's pretty much what Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is about. In all honesty, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is pretty much a big budgeted version of a B movie. I mean, the script is really stupid. I mean, you have to go into this movie really brainless. I mean, this is not a thinking man's movie at all. I mean, if you're expecting some kind of Shakespeare, Macbeth, Hamlet sort of deal, you're not getting it here. Um, but it's pretty much a B movie. It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it's mainly focused on the CGI effects and the action and stuff like that. And for that matter, I think it kind of works. It doesn't totally work for me, and I don't think it totally worked for everyone. But I think I was kind of expecting like a Red Riding Hood kind of deal where that film was awful, but this film was a lot better than that. Like I said, the script is really the worst part about this film, and it's really weird because the script is really underwritten, but there's a lot of plot in the film, and this hurts the film because this film is only 88 minutes long, and I'm not counting the 7 minutes at the end credits, so that's really like 81 minutes. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff crammed into 81 minutes. I mean, you have multiple subplots involving all the characters. You have the thing with the past with Hansel and Gretel. You have, Hansel's thing with the diabetes. You have Gretel's feeling weird about her mom. You have, Famke Janssen's witch character doing stuff. You have this groupie named Ben who's in the town. He's obsessed with Hansel and Gretel. He wants to be a witch hunter like them. You have Mina, who is the one that was accused as a witch, and she's in love with Hansel, and Hansel kind of loves her. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And, if it was a 2-hour film, I think it'd be okay. But as an 88-minute movie, it doesn't work. And it really is really underwritten. I mean, the characters are really one-dimensional. But yeah, I mean, you have, a witch character, the evil witch, Muriel, the Famke Janssen character. She could have been more evil, You can tell she's a villain, but she doesn't really do enough villain stuff to really make her, like, really hate it. But, there's just a lot of missed opportunities in this film. But at least the film is very quick-paced. And, it does make sense in context of the story itself. The script might be good. I mean, the dialogue is funny at times, but other times it's not. Doesn't really work. Like I said, the script isn't that great, but the story is there, and all the elements of the story work. It's just that I needed more time to really flesh it out. In a lot of ways, this film, the story really bogged down the film because, the first half of the film is really like an action-packed film. A lot of action sequence, a lot of CGI stuff. There's some character interactions, but it's not really focused upon. But once you get to that final half, you see more of the subplot. You get to learn more about them as kids, the mystery of why they were abandoned, what's the deal with this witch with Hansel and Gretel, and it kind of bogs the film down. It kind of becomes a little more serious than it should, and that really kind of drains the film of its energy, which this film has a ton of. But yeah, the narration of this film is really the sore spot, really brings the film down. But the direction by Wirkola is really good. I thought, the film itself looks pretty polished. It has some similarities to Dead Snow in terms of how the action is done and stuff like that. The action sequences are pretty kinetic. I mean, they were pretty fast-paced, shot pretty well. There were some moments where the close-up editing and the jump cuts were very distracting. But other than that, I thought it was handled really well. And like I said, the pace of the film is 88 minutes, and it feels like 88 minutes. It's not where I was welcome at all. I think it was the perfect runtime for this. I just wish there was less plot lines in this film to really give it a stronger narration. The CGI itself, it's, it's better than a Sci-Fi Channel movie, but it's not like the state-of-the-art CGI. Stuff looked really cartoony. Some of the makeup stuff looked okay. The end credit stuff, the CGI there looked really, really good. But other than that, I mean, they used like a Matrix slow motion spot, which 2013 is still using those bullet time effects. I cannot believe they're still using the Matrix effects. Those are really so dated. Like when people get ripped apart and stuff like that, it kind of looks it looks kind of like Final Destination to me. That's what it kind of looked like to me, which is fine. But you know, I kind of wish it was better. There was a character in the film, a troll named Edward, played by Derek Mears, who horror fans know as Jason from the remake of Friday the 13th. And I think most of that was like prosthetics and makeup, and that looked really, really good. I thought the look of the troll looked excellent. I think that was the best effects in the whole film. I thought the music, the score was excellent. I liked the score to the film. I thought it really captured the essence of the film. The acting, not the greatest acting in the world, but it was fine for what it was. Jeremy Renner kind of looked bored in this film, to be quite honest with you. His character didn't really have much to do, to be honest. I think this film was more focused on Gretel. Gemma Alterton really went all out for this one. I think, you know, she was a highlight in this film. She was really, really good. Beautiful girl, too. Oh, wow. Her tight leather outfit just... Wow, yes. It looked good in 3D, that's for sure. Yeah, the 3D effects, by the way. Not really needed, but they didn't hurt the film at all. I thought some moments were actually pretty cool. Back to the acting, Famke Janssen, I love her. She was very good here as well. I think she plays really good villains. I just wish the script gave her more to do. But I thought she was good. Peter Stormare always plays a good asshole. He was the asshole sheriff in this. I thought he was cool. But yeah, you know, the acting was okay. Nothing really special about the acting. Nothing you're gonna remember anytime tomorrow. But it was fine for the moment. But yeah, I thought this film was okay. You know, it didn't take it so seriously. It made fun of itself. It knew what it was. And it was an action B movie with a $50 million budget. And you know, I'm fine with that. You know, I have fun with it. I have fun with it. You know, I was entertained from beginning to end. Did I think it was great? No. Did I think it was good? No. But I have fun. I was entertained. And that's all that really matters when you go to a movie. It's a good time. It's one of those films that you just want to grab a beer and just drink while you watch it and just crack up. I mean, it's really nothing more to it than that. It's a popcorn movie. I think this would have been very cool for the summer season. I think this would have been great because, you know, this would fit right in. The gore effects in this film. This film is very gory. It's an R-rated film. Yes, it's a fairy tale, but it's R-rated. People get pulled apart. A lot of head stomping. I mean, head stomping, and they look pretty cool too. And there's a lot of foul language. You know, Hansel and Gretel say "fuck" a lot in this movie. Not sure why, but they do. And there is female nudity, which is always welcome. So this film, I thought was okay. Nothing really great. If it took it so seriously, I probably would have given it a 2 out of 4. But since I kind of have fun with it, I'll give it a very low 2.5 out of 4. I thought it was just above average, like right there. I didn't think it was that bad, you know. I thought, you know, it was going to be a lot worse than it was, and it wasn't. I mean, it's not a good film. It's not a film I would recommend people seeing it in 3D. It's not a film I would recommend people probably see it in the movies. This film really belongs on video. This film will thrive on the home market. Blu-ray, DVD, video on demand, Netflix, Redbox, anywhere you go. This is where this film belongs. This film is not a theater movie at all. I don't think people are gonna really appreciate this film in the theater. This is gonna be a very big seller on home video. I think Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters would have been a great TV show. This film had the makings of a TV pilot. I think this could have been like a Xena or Hercules kind of deal back in the day. But could have been on syndication, or like on Sci-Fi Network, or on Chiller, or something like that, or CW or something like that. But as a film, it's kind of weak. But as a TV show, it would have been awesome. It's not gonna be in my top 10 best of films of 2013. And it probably won't be on my worst list either. So it's just a there movie. Definitely wait until it's on video. Don't I wouldn't recommend seeing this on in the theaters at all, especially not in 3D. The 3D is not gonna change anything. But you know, if you do see it, I hope you enjoy it. I mean, it's a fun movie. Don't take it seriously. Go in there, take your brain out of your head, leave it at the door, sit down, and just enjoy it. So, Hansel and Gretel, 2.5 out of 4. That's my review. I'm sorry I babbled again. I'm very tired right now. I had like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So, I just wanted to get this review out of the way because the film came out today, and I haven't done a review in a while, so there you go. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Really motivates me. I've been very much enjoying making these videos again, so thank you guys to that. I love you all, and please take care and have a great weekend. Later.